No, you're always my example for gratitude. And, you know, it's something that's so powerful. I mean, we'll talk later about the 5-minute journal, but I use your 5-minute journal every morning. You know, it's on my app, and I highly recommend everyone to do it. And I teach my students in our Life Accelerator course gratitude that first week, and we mention you. And I also do affirmations, which is kind of my future gratitude thing. And
absolutely.
I mean, one of the biggest things I talk about is us having our first child. I mean, it took us 2.5 years.
I didn't know
and
this.
some really bad miscarriages.
Oh,
And
I'm so sorry.
but my affirmation every morning was, we're the proud parents of a beautiful baby. I'm telling you, Mimi. And when sometimes I come home and Mariana was just like, we're going to quit. And I was just like, what are you talking about? We already are parents. And I'm telling you, that manifested that first boy.
I have goosebumps everywhere.
I mean, it is. And that's a small example, not to mention all your other life goals. And I'm constantly saying them. And now
it's not a small example, it's a huge example.
It's a huge
you have
example.
these two real human beings now in your life. I was looking at Alexa yesterday, and she was running around and dancing in front of a mirror, and I'm thinking, how did this happen? This human being with its personality and energy, especially now they're getting so much more real. They're not just babies, they're personalities, and it blows my mind. And you manifested it.
Yeah, and it was because of that practice. Because I think if I hadn't have, I could have got discouraged. And then you start doing the negative self-talk. I mean, how many people never had that beautiful gift in their life, in many ways things in their life, because they didn't continue with the optimism and the manifestation and the gratitude. It's a really powerful practice, and that's why I'm a father. Of course, the second one came about within a month.
Because you already knew it's possible.
Maybe, maybe. But what you're saying is super powerful,
Absolutely.
and it's something I'm thinking more and more about with gratitude. And a lot of people talk about it, but to really implement it on a daily basis, it's super powerful, right? And I'm guessing you still do it.
Everybody who's successful that I've met does it, and yes, I do it like every single day. I need to confess that there was a period of my life where I stopped the morning portion of the 5-minute journal. I don't know, do you want me to talk about it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I had Alexa, you know how it is with the firstborn child, you just don't know what you're doing. It's chaos most of the time. Especially the first few months of the child's life. We had no routine, no schedule, and I just got out of a habit of filling out my morning portion of the 5-minute journal, which is just basically the first thing you do in the morning is focus on that gratitude, what's good in your life, what you're truly grateful for, and then setting the intention for the day as well, like what are some great things that will happen today. And at that time of my life, I was already flying so high that I felt like I already got it, like I don't need to practice this every day. Right, so went down that hole and didn't do it. So I always did the evening portion because it was just easier. She was already sleeping, and evening portion I do with Alex. But the morning portion, I almost skipped it for like on and off for like a couple of years almost. And then maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, I realized I'm having, again, all these negative thoughts and habits coming back into my mind. Literally, I became aware of it. And I had to stop myself. And of course, I got some feedback from Alex as well, where I thought, so what am I doing now that I wasn't doing before? Like, what are some things I've stopped doing lately? And I realized the 5-minute journal was definitely one of them. And that was the biggest thing, the easiest thing you do. It just takes a few minutes in the morning. And I thought, you know what? No excuses. I can't make my child an excuse. It doesn't matter. Even if she's crying, I have to explain to her, this is really important to me. I'm sorry, but I really need to fill this out right now, especially now. She's not a newborn, right? She's 2.5, will be 3 soon. So I started filling it out every morning, again, like every single morning. And you know what happens now? She wants her own 5-minute journal. She's sitting there filling it out, and she grasps the idea of gratitude at 2.5.
Wow. I'm so
Because when I ask her, what are you grateful for? She genuinely says the things that she really cares about, like some of her stuffed toys, or that we're going to go to the playground, or that she's going to go to the ballet class. I know she genuinely loves all these things. So she gets it. She gets gratitude. And I'm thinking in my head, this is the biggest gift I can give her. That's all. That's it. It doesn't cost anything. You don't need to have the journal. You can just put it on a piece of paper. Just get a blank notebook. Don't look for excuses.
I'm teaching my boys that for sure. And it's
This
funny.
is a good age.
These things do creep up, and that's why I always say there's no high performance people, just high performance habits.
Yeah.
And I say that to like people and the students and people I meet on the street, and they're like, yeah. And then they see people like you and Dan Payne, all these people. They still think, no, there are these on these super levels. But when I spend time with all these people and I get to see, I mean, last time at London Real, you took the stairs up. I don't know if you took the stairs up this time.
I didn't because somebody met me and I forgot to ask them.
One of Mimi's habits was I always take the stairs.
I still do.
Right? And so
there's no elevator to success, guys. Only the stairs.
Yeah, and I've seen you on multiple occasions where you're like, I'm taking the stairs. And it's like these little things add up over time.
And I'm teaching that to the child now, right?
Okay, yeah. And so for me, my morning routine, like nobody messes with it now. So my gratitude journal is like non-negotiable. Yeah. My meditation in the morning, non-negotiable.
Amazing.
My affirmations out loud, non-negotiable. I have so many things that I just do every day. And I know if I stop doing them, I'm going to turn back into the Brian that other people don't like and I don't like.
Yeah.
And maybe the Brian that starts to have bad habits and addictions and all the bad things that happened to me in the past. And that I remember that pain so much that I'm willing to do a 5-minute journal every day, which actually is a great and wonderful thing. So it's great that you shared that story.
It's self-love, and you're teaching that to them by example.
Right.
You sacrificing those 10, 15 minutes to like be with them sometimes is gonna harm if eventually you're not feeling happy and fulfilled. It's better that you take that time and they pay attention and then they wanna again imitate that, and that you're passing on the best habit in the world, the affirmations, everything.
And it's interesting that with even you not doing that, you could feel something was wrong.
Oh my God, yes.
That's crazy.
It's like we say, it's a toothbrush for the mind. Don't brush your teeth, they decay. You don't clean up your mind every once in a while, and that's not just the gratitude, of course, then it expands into all the information you consume, the people you're around, you know, it's just garbage that you put in there, and then it's there, watching the news, you know, be aware, but you don't need to watch every morning and every evening.